Yip, skiddly doo. Button your bean sprouts, cause gainers are coming for you. ADA absolutely perfectly hit our first target from our video posted less than 24 hours ago. And as soon as we break this 272, I do think it's likely, first obviously, we're gonna come up to the 1.414, which is around $1.50, but I do think it is likely that this parabolic trend could push us all the way up to the 1.618, which again is a little under, about 15 cents under $2. So again, but the question is now, does it have the caboose to juice us up to our ultimate short-term target? Or will it come crumbling down like an art major's bank account after graduating from university? And are these two major altcoins also set for similar breakouts over the next week? Patterns charted. Boosters ready, strapped on, let's do this. Hey everyone, I'm your host, Duncan Diddles, not to be confused with convicted criminal, Duncan the Diddler. Boy oh boy do we have a lot to be jumping into today. We're going to be covering multiple altcoins and something very, very enticing and interesting as well on the entire cryptocurrency market cap minus Bitcoin. So the entire altcoin market cap absolutely ready. Something we've just been discussing and following with that chart specifically over the past few weeks is finally looking like we're ready to move into the next phase. So that is extremely exciting. Channel, make sure to hit that like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to turn on post notifications as well if you're a total, complete, and 100% guaranteed confirmed savage. Without any further ado, let's jump into the webisode. So as we talked about, the total altcoin market cap has found a very nice bounce after retesting our previous all-time highs of back in January 2018. And I personally have been saying, I think this has been absolutely necessary for a real alt explosion to commence. Okay, so this is very good because now we're in the process of reclaiming the 21-day moving average after falling below it and after backtesting the previous all-time highs from over 3 years ago. Okay, so this is just very important when we look forward and we try to anticipate, when are the real altcoin pumpages going to be initiated. And yeah, it's, the writing's on the wall. Some of these altcoins are doing very well, but guys, if you've lived through an alt season, this is nothing like an alt season. This is, you expect very different price action, and it is much more exuberant and much more rocket fueled than anything we've seen. And that's even taking into account what we saw back in like June, July, and August of 2020, which was a pretty nice altcoin rumpage. So if we switch to ADA here now, guys, Cardano has literally hit our exact target from yesterday's video. This key fib level is what we said exactly would be our next short-term target, and if we bust through that, ultimately my target over the next week, what I said in yesterday's video, was going to be up here around $1.85. So we came all the way up to, we got exactly rejected right off of about $8.50. But as you can see on this chart, we got 4-hour closes exactly where our Fibonacci resistance is, and I believe as well also on the 1 hour. Yeah, on the 1 hour chart, that's exactly where we closed as well. So even though we got little itsy bitsy teensy little wicks up slightly slightly above this fib level, we got only hourly closes and only 4-hour closes below this level, and probably 6-hour closes as well. Yeah, 6-hour close exactly at the same spot. So that's one thing to note. And what you can see illustrated here is previous all-time highs. So very interesting for ADA. We're in a very interesting spot. Now, to summarize what I also said yesterday as well, I personally think that this next leg up for ADA may be the very last before a more significant pullback, but I also said that it would probably have the least amount of consolidation and could possibly be the most explosive. So very exciting for people that are invested into this cryptocurrency. And guys, with that being said, we can't get our bean sprouts in a bunch just yet because let's actually just take a zoom out. Let's go to the daily chart and zoom out here, right? My next target was going to be up here at this next key fib level around 1.618. It is the $1 and roughly 85-cent target. So that's a key target we're going to watch. But guys, yeah, if we really just zoom out, basically ever since November of 2020, when ADA really entered a parabolic type structure here, let's just take a zoom out here and let's realistically analyze this. Look at this. Now, I personally want this cryptocurrency to go up because I'm invested. But I mean, you could say that about every single cryptocurrency, period. I personally would be happy if every single cryptocurrency went up. Okay, I'm not really a hater of any cryptocurrency. I kind of just want cryptocurrency to succeed, period. So That's where I'm coming from. But looking at this chart here, this to me, again, we've already had a few macro consolidations, and each of those macro consolidations has led into a parabolic rise. And this most recent consolidation, the beginning of February to I guess ending just a few days ago, as we've been breaking out, it's very much the shortest, and it's very much, in my opinion, the least healthy looking. So parabolic structures do not last forever. And again, no coin just goes up straight forever. Now, am I saying that ADA is about to pull back? No, but I just personally think that if I would have to urge, just potentially be cautious here, because we have had such explosive growth over the past 3 to 4 months for ADA. And yeah, fundamentally, it's backed. A lot of people are excited for a lot of the things finally coming out for ADA, because it's been years and years in the making where basically nothing was delivered. And now finally, they're actually basically starting to roll out an actual product. So that's good on one end, right? There's a fundamental reason why the price might be rising, because now they're finally doing something. So that's awesome. So there's fundamental reasons why this price action is validated. There's a reason behind it. It's not just absolute speculation, which again, this space has a lot of speculation. But the only thing I'm concerned about is if we do get one more parabolic rise. Again, I have two targets here in the short term to end out this parabolic rise. Right, it's the next key field level of about a little under $2. But if around $1.85, but if things go absolutely bonkers, I am eyeing up a little under $3 as well, or right around $3 per token, around $2.90 if things go absolutely parabolic. But if that would happen within the next 3 weeks, if we would hit that target that high within the next 3 weeks, then I would be very, very skeptical and very cautious that we could have a nice little pullback. And a realistic pullback scenario, if that did happen, again, what could be below that $1 range? We could see a retest of 80 or 90 cents here. So again, I'm just urging to be careful. I don't think that this run is over yet. I personally see no technical reasons on this chart why this structure is done yet. I personally still think that we are going to hit those targets that I mentioned to the upside. So I personally think that there is some more room to the upside for ADA, but I'm just cautioning that if we do get another parabolic pump here, I would just be very careful, because you see it time and time again. You see parabolic curves, and eventually many of them do correct. Now again, who knows? Nobody knows. That's the crazy part. This thing could just be $3 by next month and then $5 by the next month. Very rarely does that happen. But yeah, that's just what I'm mentioning here. So basically, all the targets that we talked about are still intact. Yesterday's target was hit very, very quickly. And as I said in yesterday's video, I think within this next week, we could see a target all the way up here around this $1.85 range. We do need to be very careful if we backtest this parabolic structure. That's when things get messy. So at this point, if we break below about $1.15, if we break below it and we start getting significant 4 and 6 hour closes below it, you might want to be careful, because we can have little wicks below it. You even saw that here. But if we start breaking this parabolic structure, guys, that is a big warning signal that maybe this parabolic structure needs to cool off before this asset is able to rise again. And similarly here, we have basic attention token. Again, as of right now, ADA looks more bullish than all of these tokens. So it's not a direct comparison. ADA is more bullish technically right now than any of these other these top coins that I'm looking at. But basic attention token is very close to breaking its all-time high as well from back in 2018. We're currently just riding the 21-day moving average. We're seeing bullish momentum shape up here for this cryptocurrency. There's even some bullish divergence shaping up even on this daily chart. So that's a coin I'm really looking for here, is basic attention token. Next big target is going to be right where that previous all-time high is, around $1.05. But yeah, again, even all the way up to $1.60 is a target I'm looking for over the next month. So a little bit further out than the ADA targets we were just talking about, because ADA is way more explosive. But basic attention token is a chart that I'm extremely focused on right now, because I think we're going to see continued moves to the upside for this cryptocurrency. And as well, we're actually seeing a lot of movement with XLM. Currently right now, it's testing its 21-day to get back above it. Very similar kind of ADA. It's kind of holding right on its target there, but yeah, it's already bounced on its 50-day, and right now it's attempting to break the 21-day. This is another coin I'm really going to be watching over the next month to hit our next upside targets. Approaching that $1 range, absolutely insane. And actually, I believe XLM's all-time high was right under $1, so I think this chart's inaccurate. This is Kraken. Yeah, so on the Binance chart, XLM's all-time high actually was right around $1 there. So again, we're approaching this same thing though, basically same story I'm seeing here. Explosiveness really kicking in when it actually does breach its all-time high. And technically this chart looks very good. It's broken a lot of key resistance. I think XLM is going to actually be heading up there over the next month. But yeah, there's some discrepancies. This Kraken is only showing its all-time high of about 50 cents. The chart goes back further, so I'm not sure why that's not incorporated, but on Binance it actually has it, which I believe is the correct all-time high, right around $1. But XLM is another one that I'm really looking for here. But ultimately the main takeaway is that regardless, you know, I talk about 3 coins here, regardless, we're going to see some maximum pumpage once we actually reattain our all-time high for the entire altcoin market cap, right around that $700 billion level. And yeah, just cement this backtest, because all that's happening right now is we're in the middle of a backtest of the previous all-time highs for the entire altcoin market cap, and we're already seeing some alts kind of rise from the ashes and get some momentum, but ultimately we're going to see momentum really start to kick in a broader sense across many altcoins once we actually complete this backtest. So that's going to be happening. I think it honestly will probably be maybe towards the middle of March. It's hard to time this, right? It's very speculative, just trying to guess exactly when, but just based on the structure and the movement, again, I personally think it will be happening in March at some point in March. But yeah, that's when we can really look for some altcoin gainage. And again, is this a really good time to potentially be entering altcoin positions that you might have been eyeing up for the last few months? And you know, prices were just too high, but as you can see across the board, some of these alts are just, you know, not quite at their all-time highs. Is this a good Ethereum buy around 15? Is this a good Chainlink buy at its current price in the mid-20s as well? Just my opinion and not financial advice. I think this is going to be looked back on as a very good time to have accumulated some of these alts. And again, we're going to be able to gauge that sentiment and that time frame based on this single chart here, which yeah, again, we've been talking about this pullback back when we were up at all-time highs, saying a backtest is pretty much necessary. It's expected. We're in the middle of it right now, and this could still take a little bit of time to play out, but ultimately I think we're going to see this resolve completely towards the middle of March, maybe worst case like end of March. But I have very high expectations for April through June of this year. I think that it is possible that we put in a very strong short-term top for the entire cryptocurrency market towards the summer of this year. And then what I think is something reasonable here is that we could enter more of a prolonged sideways trading time for Bitcoin. Not exactly sure how it's going to work out with alts, but a structure maybe similar to like what we saw in 2013, where we have very nice parabolic movement, and then we just kind of cool down for a fair amount of time, maybe 2 to 3 months. But ultimately, I think, again, that Bitcoin's structure and cryptocurrency structure as a whole is a little too bullish not to have a similar repeat of 2013, where we've run up so fast. That's clear to everyone who's in the space. This has been a very explosive first 2 months of 2021. But then we have some actual time to consolidate. This is also good for the NUPL chart, right? Because we're pretty high up there, and we don't want this bull run to climax too early. We want gains, but we don't want them to happen too fast, because that can honestly ruin the fun. We want this to be more slow and steady. And if we do have a climax maybe towards the summer of this year, then it would be necessary, I think, if we want to remain healthy and still bullish, to spend some time consolidating, maybe going down, maybe some alts. Maybe that's when alt season initiates, like a real alt season. But then ultimately maybe having another leg up towards the third and fourth quarters of 2021. Again, that's just speculation. That's just my opinion. But this market has run up so fast, faster than anyone has expected. I've been making cryptocurrency videos for over 3 years, and I've been watching this market every single day. And I've been listening to people and following along as well with them every single day. And the common consensus is that nobody was expecting the first 2 months of 2021 to be this explosive. Everybody was expecting the end of 2020 and 2021 to be pretty strong bull cycles. Everyone knew that's when the bull cycle most likely would be. We were all bullish on crypto. That's why most people, including myself, were saying, hey, Bitcoin at 3K, Bitcoin at 4K when it crashed down in March of 2020. We were saying, yes, great opportunity. And now we're starting to see so many other new people joining the space and saying to be bullish on crypto, but we still have to remember the mindset that this, for people that have been in the space and been watching this market and kind of just trying to predict the market for a few years, pretty much everyone will tell you this has been more explosive than anyone thought. So coming from that frame of reference, I personally just think it would be better if we maybe did have a cooling off period so that this cycle can complete and still be very healthy. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. If you're interested in trading, make sure to take advantage of our Bybit and Femex deposit bonuses below. Absolutely insane. Don't trade unless you have experience or you want to support the channel. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. And that's it for me. Bye.